Good morning.
Well, good morning again.
Yeah, happy Friday Eve.
That's what I hear.
Yes.
That's what I hear. We start looking towards Friday about 4:30 Monday morning. Getting close.
That's it.
Friday Eve, putting a little nice spin on a Thursday. So welcome to WAFB Plus. Welcome to 9 News Now. Stepping you through what is going on now, looking ahead towards the future as well.
Yeah, and lots of good news this week. Obviously, a week ago, big talk was the winter storms, but this week we're dealing with a lot nicer weather.
Yes.
Courtesy of Dr. Steve Caparata.
Yeah. So we're going to dig into that a little bit later on.
Yep.
Because it is so nice, and some other pressing headlines for you. The first one, of course, is going to be this one right here. Governor Edwards speaking today at 2 o'clock at press conference, talking about some of that nasty weather we had last week.
Yeah.
Also talking about the vaccines, where we are right now in the virus fight.
Yeah, so big update coming. You can actually watch that live here on WAFB, on WAFB Plus, or on the 9 News app if you've got it downloaded. So real easy. The big thing with vaccines is obviously this has been a huge week in terms of new tiers being rolled out, new groups of people being eligible, but also when it comes to vaccines, where you can get them is really vital, right? So when we talk about local pharmacies participating, not only local, but chains, CVS, Walmart pharmacies, teachers who are trying to schedule them, anyone who just became eligible, well, they're adding to the demand of people who are trying to schedule them. So Donovan kind of walked people through this morning on how to schedule one, and you might run into some hiccups.
Yeah, a little bit, because the slots are already filling up. So what they've done right now, they've got a couple more Walmart facilities, pharmacies in the area now pushing out the vaccines. A couple of CVS pharmacies in the area pushing out the vaccines. What you can do is you can jump on to WAFB.com, and both those stories right there waiting for you with links that'll take you to those websites, how to sign up. But as Donovan was talking about this morning, they're already, for instance, like CVS, already filled up. Here's the thing. You anticipate more vaccine becoming available at these locations, so you can kind of understand the process, what it's going to take to sign up. It's actually pretty easy, but just kind of get your name in the hat, so to speak.
Yeah.
Even though right now these slots at these particular spots are filled up. But you can also find the closest to you in the area. So they're trying to make it easy here.
A number of options as we kind of roll through this process and more people become eligible for vaccines.
Tell you what, we were talking about this morning. It's right now the top story at WAFB.com as well, trying to find a missing man.
Yeah, so he's been missing since Saturday, according to his family. So this is a man in St. Helena Parish. If you click in, you can actually see what he looks like. I checked the St. Helena Facebook page, Sheriff's Office Facebook page, to see if there's been an update, and there has not been since. So if you have seen this man, I believe he is 46-year-old. Where did it go? Keith Madison. He's last seen on Saturday near Greensburg, near his home. If you have seen him, please call the sheriff's office there, or help his family get him home. That's the safest thing you want to see, and you want to make sure that he gets back to his family okay.
So there's obviously Scott right there talking about it as well. So, okay, that is one of the big stories we're talking about. Let's give you another look just so we can kind of focus in on it. If you're watching right now, again, please make that phone call. If you can't remember the phone number, an easy call to 911 or even Crime Stoppers. Exactly, get you to where you need to be. All right, so from that to, let's do this. You had a great story this morning, Liz, in showcasing Louisiana that really, I mean, this is a guy from our part of the world making a huge name for himself.
Christopher John Rogers. There's a good chance you've heard his name right here on WAFB before. So last year, he actually got to design a special piece for Beyonce for her cover edition of Vogue magazine.
Oh, wow.
And so he's just only 27 years old, making waves in the fashion industry, a Baton Rouge High graduate, and what's awesome is that he's so proud of being from here. He says a lot of that inspiration comes from being here. He talks about growing up at the Greater Mount Gideon Baptist Church, his grandmother dressing up with other congregation members. It's just stunning to see everything that has played a role in his life is now coming back and inspiring his designs now. He just dressed Kamala Harris, the first, the vice president of the United States at her inauguration. So very cool to see a Baton Rouge native succeeding.
When you think about what we do down here, we dress up for everything.
Everything.
Go to church, go to Mardi Gras, just go to a crawfish boil. We just dress up down here.
Yes.
And so, you know, that's what he was able to see growing up, and to be able to put that into form now as well, and the world's paying attention to it.
Yeah.
You talked to him for a long time. You actually culled the interview down for this story, which you can find right here.
Yes.
But you actually have the whole interview.
Thank you. Yes, so on WAFB's YouTube page, which is something that we've been newly debuting.
If you go to WAFB.com, check this out right over here. Hello, YouTube, right there. So once you punch on that, all these things are going to start populating your eyeballs here.
Yes.
Some things you'll be able to check out.
Guide me through the playlist. If you click on here, so we're trying to make an effort to share extended interviews, because obviously y'all know for TV time you can't air the whole thing. But if you want to watch, he's got some profound things to say, including some advice he shares for anyone else who wants to do this moving forward. So cool. He's such a humble individual, and he mentions a lot of Baton Rouge institutions, like the Time Warp Boutique, and he talks about all the people.
Right down the way.
Yeah, right down Government Street.
Yeah.
Just all the things that have played a role into who he is today. It's worth a listen because he's just such an impressive young man.
It's such a perfect name for that place too, the Time Warp. You walk in there, and every aisle, certainly back in the day when it was really getting started as well, every aisle is like, where am I now?
Right.
It's just, he's right. It's just one of those spots.
Yes,
so
indeed.
again, WAP.com, the brand new YouTube channel as well. So hopefully you can check all that stuff out. Pretty cool.
Very
Did you see
cool.
this morning?
Yes, this was actually Matt's parting shot.
Yeah, it was. It was really kind of cool. I'm kind of a space geek, or as mentioned, a spacey geek. Obviously, we know we've got a brand new rover, Perseverance, on the surface of Mars. But what it did yesterday was send back one of its pictures. Now, these are not the grainy things that we're used to from back in the day, even from my kidhood. This is HD. It's color. I don't know if you saw this, but the ability to zoom in on it, zoom in on this thing. And literally, I mean, you can see the detail on the machine itself, sure, but then the detail, just on like the dirt, literally looking at Mars dirt is kind of cool. The horizon detail, these HD photos sent back from these dual cameras sitting on top of this mega rover, it's just really kind of cool. This is from our partners here at CBS News, of course, what they're pushing. But sitting there, it's going to be there at that crater, that old lake bed crater for a couple years, looking for
signs
what
of
used
previous
to be
life.
Yeah.
What is incredible about this is we talked about it when they launched and went successfully. These people have devoted their entire careers to making sure that this mission is successful, and they made it there. You talk about the 7 minutes of terror,
the landing, yes,
and them making it, them sticking it, and getting these images back. I mean, how profound do you feel like they have to feel to know that the work that they have devoted their life to is happening?
Well, think about this. I mean, you go to work every day and you have a good day at work, like, all right, I did. I mean, when we come here and we help to put together a show, and then here we are kind of still doing it, and you feel good maybe, hopefully you feel good at the end of just, maybe 8 hours of work, right? 8 years of work for one project.
That's a long
here.
time.
And the world watching.
Yeah.
And then, as you mentioned, like that 7 minutes of terror as it's coming down to terra firma here.
As the world is watching, that's the key point. Everything is riding on
Oy vey. So yeah, no, it is kind of cool to think of the things that we can do.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, every day's a good day with Matt Williams and the gang. So let me tell you, we got a good little crew here. We don't know what we're doing, but we got a good crew.
Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that.
Yes, indeed.
Let's go back to
our mothership.
The mothership. So obviously today as well, we've got. Did you see what happened yesterday? LSU Baseball?
I did, thanks to you. So LSU Baseball, that's been a big talker every single day this week because they've had something going on every single day this week, just about.
Well, they're somewhere over here on the sports, but there you go. And so, taking on UL Lafayette, Raging Cajuns.
Yeah.
Raging Cajuns had, exactly, they 3 wins in a row against the Tigers. Tigers ended that last night, so it's kind of fun to see.
Pretty cool, especially because they weren't at home.
Yeah, they were across the way.
Yeah.
And that's always fun, too. I mean, back in the, look, we'll get back to the pre-COVID levels and the stands, that kind of thing at some point.
Yeah.
But that place over there, this place over here in Baton Rouge, I mean, fans get kind of crazy, and it was good last night, even though there were limited fans. But big win for LSU. They'll be back at the box beginning tomorrow night. But it was nice to snap.
State?
Exactly right. They got 2 games with them as well, Friday into Saturday, and then another one on Saturday as well. Good. So LSU, big game. So we'll see.
Fingers crossed the weather stays good for it and people can enjoy being out at the box.
Weather. Let's do that. So it is not freezing.
No.
It's not even cold right now.
Do you wake up sweaty?
I'm
just saying it's a significant difference from yesterday morning.
Personal question.
Well, I'm just saying.
But it is.
It was a lot warmer today.
No, you're right. No, exactly. And so here you go.
I mean, 67 degrees right now.
And look, everybody looks towards the weekend.
Yes.
Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers.
Y'all, this was so different than 1 week
That's
ago.
so
When you
stupid.
talk about the differences, we were joking. Well, what beach you want to go to this weekend?
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. It's warmed up significantly, but the key thing is our team is watching out for any potential rain. So if you've got any plans outside, you may want to carry an umbrella with you and the WAFB weather app.
Kind of makes it easy, doesn't it? So right in the palm of your hand, all this as the weather team kind of steps you through that. Again, they update it constantly.
Yeah.
Steve is still in there right now, in fact. So being able to have that with you wherever you go, but into the 80s, I kid you not, I saw Steve working on a boater's forecast.
You did say that.
This morning for a little bit later on. Just last week,
February,
a boater's
yeah.
forecast would have been abandoned ship. And
Yeah.
so this, to have that kind of happening now is, anyway, so yeah, up to the 80s this weekend. So
welcome to South Louisiana, huh?
Yeah, no
Winter
kidding.
in South Louisiana?
Is that what we're doing now?
What a roller coaster
Winter?
ride,
Okay,
allegedly.
so here we are, huh?
Here we are, and here we are.
Yeah.
WAFB Plus. So if you've been watching, sticking with us for the last, 2 weeks now?
Yeah, a couple weeks as we
Yeah.
kind of get this thing going.
We have been slowly rolling out some other shows.
Running
on
before we
here.
walk, so to speak?
Yes, we are, as we always do.
Yeah.
And so this, obviously, is the mainstay Monday through Friday. But yesterday, Jacques had something special airing. Ta-da!
Jacques Talk. And so if you've ever seen Jacques, if you've ever seen his stories, his Jacques Talk stuff,
Yeah.
which has actually been around but now has a really good home, he's so great at telling stories. And so this is going to be every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. You got Asian Nation over there, and who the heck knows
How
what he's going to be
cute.
talking about. It's always
Anything
something.
and everything.
I mean, the graphic alone, what a pretty picture.
Yes.
That's Tuesdays, Tuesday morning, that kind of thing. Louisiana Weekend going to be coming around on Friday.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of step you through. Again, we're kind of growing 9 News now, right now, that
Yeah.
maybe kind of, we'll branch out a little bit and
Yeah.
just kind of step you around the world a little bit more than we're doing
We're
right
still
now.
figuring it out.
Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
running before we even crawl. So
Yeah.
here we are.
I love it.
There you
It's
go.
fun. This is a fun way for us to interact with you, especially if you are watching on YouTube. You can comment and let us know what you are thinking in real time, some
Oh,
of the things
God.
that you actually want to know
Yeah.
for the day ahead. So
right.
this is our opportunity where we're not limited by broadcast time.
Right.
We've got time to talk
We
to
do,
y'all about
whether,
things.
whether you want it or not.
Exactly.
There's plenty of time to expound. Shut up, Williams. I hear it all the time. But this is what we're kind of doing with WAFB Plus. Again, just getting going.
Yeah.
Excited to see what this becomes.
Yeah.
Excited to see how far we can kind of take all this. But it's just, like you said, limitless opportunities. Limitless.
Coming to movie theaters near you.
Let's hope.
Yes.
At some point, back in those
Yes.
theaters. Wouldn't that be nice?
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Really, really.
Well, in the meantime, we'll be plussing it up tomorrow,
Yeah.
too. One
On a
more day
Friday.
this week. On Friday!
Good gracious. Enjoy the rest of your Friday Eve, everybody. Be safe. And as far as the broadcast, we'll see you guys at noon.
At noon.
At noon.
Noon.
All right. Y'all be safe.
Bye.
Bye now.